The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that the upcoming episodes will satisfy the audience with a series of dramatic developments and important decisions of the characters. The emotional war between Brooke, Ridge, Taylor has not yet ended, while Hope, Carter, and Daphne fall into a painful spiral because of the harsh truth related to the lost child. Below is a detailed and longer analysis of each situation, helping the audience grasp more clearly what is about to happen. Taylor encounters Brooke and Ridge's old love moment. One of the highlights of the upcoming episode is Taylor unexpectedly encounters Brooke and Ridge having an intimate moment at Forrester Creations. Context: after many conflicts and arguments, Ridge temporarily chooses to stay with Taylor. However, Brooke never gives up on her old love. She still hopes to win Ridge's heart back at all costs. Brooke's actions: even though she knew Ridge was attached to Taylor, Brooke still took the initiative to give him a passionate kiss. She was sure that their close past and strong feelings would convince Ridge to come back. Taylor's reaction: at this moment, Taylor accidentally appeared. She clearly saw the hug and kiss of old love comes without being asked between Ridge and Brooke. On the outside, Taylor tried to appear calm, but deep inside she was filled with jealousy and fear of betrayal. This image was the last straw that made the relationship between Ridge and Taylor tense. Because Taylor, even though she understood that Ridge once loved Brooke deeply, still could not accept the sight of them being so close right in front of her eyes. The struggle between the past and the present. Ridge faced a choice after the unexpected kiss. Brooke and Taylor both waited for a clear answer from Ridge. That was the moment Ridge was forced to face a deep past with Brooke. Brooke has always been the #1 woman in Ridge's life for many years. They had a long time of being in love, breaking up and getting back together. Ridge's heart has never been completely free of Brooke. Brooke's initiative to hug and kiss, expressing her desire to make up and get back together, made Ridge feel emotional and wavering. Now gentle with Taylor, when Ridge felt unstable in his marriage with Brooke, Taylor was always there to comfort and understand him. Taylor brought a sense of security and more peace and love that Ridge needed to soothe his wounds. The decision to leave Taylor to return to Brooke was not easy. In the moment of one neck, two shackles, Ridge was caught between two women. He understood that no matter which choice he made, someone would be hurt. According to the revealed details, Ridge will lean towards Taylor in the middle of this week. He wants to give the current relationship a chance and hopes that Brooke will understand and respect his decision. However, anyone who has followed the bold and the beautiful knows that things can turn around at any time, especially when Brooke is determined not to give up. The thoughts behind Taylor's jealousy: although Ridge is temporarily leaning towards her, Taylor is still worried about losing. Threat from Brooke: in Taylor's eyes, Brooke is the heaviest opponent that she has to be wary of. Brooke is not afraid to show her emotions right in front of Taylor. She is willing to use any means to awaken love in Ridge because Brooke herself has won many times in the past. Questioning her own values, Taylor wonders if Ridge is with her because of true love or simply because Ridge is lost and doesn't know how to get back to Brooke. Seeing the two of them once loving each other deeply, she cannot deny that the feelings for Ridge and Brooke are an unforgettable past. Although she always tries to appear calm on the outside, Taylor still has to fight fiercely internally. She understood that if Ridge weakened in front of Brooke, all her efforts in the past would go down the drain. Hope makes a decision with Carter, but the guilt piles up. Moving to another front, Hope is in the middle of emotional troubles with Carter and a hidden war with Daphne. Although on the surface she appears determined to break up with Carter, Hope makes things more complicated. The origin of Hope and Carter's relationship: Hope and Carter initially developed feelings for each other when they were both hurt and wanted someone to share with. This love was fleeting and had many obstacles. Not only because Hope had had troubled relationships with other men in the Forrester family, but also because Carter was preparing to become a father. Announcing the breakup but still wanting to control, Hope suddenly broke up with Carter, citing the reason that she did not want this relationship to cause more pain for both of them. However, through Hope's actions, the audience realized that she had not really let go. She was afraid that if Carter and Daphne had children together, that bond would cause her to completely lose Carter. The act of pushing Daphne and the heartbreaking consequences according to dramatic revelations, Hope intentionally pushed Daphne, who was pregnant with Carter's child, causing Daphne to fall and suffer serious injuries. It is worth mentioning that after Daphne fell, Hope did not immediately call for emergency help, but seemed to deliberately hesitate, even wanting to ignore Daphne's condition. Consequences: Carter was lucky to discover it in time and took Daphne to the hospital. Medical intervention saved Daphne's life, but the baby in her womb could not be saved. This action of Hope not only shocked the audience, but also pushed the entire emotional situation into tragedy. Carter lost his biological child, and Daphne suffered both physical and mental injuries. As for Hope, although she announced their breakup, she was the mastermind behind the failure to give birth to Carter's child. Carter faces pain and anger in this incident. Carter becomes the one who suffers the greatest loss. The child that Carter has been waiting for, which is also the joy that compensates him after many emotional breakdowns, is now gone. Hurt by Hope's cruel actions, Carter knows clearly that Hope caused this. Although he loves Hope, he cannot ignore the fact that she intentionally hurt the person carrying his child. Can Carter forgive Hope? Or will he definitely end this relationship that he thought was destined to find another direction for himself? On the other hand, Daphne's survival makes Carter even more tormented. If she had not been taken to the hospital in time, her life could have been threatened. Now, Carter must face the pain of losing his child and the struggle because he still loves Hope. He can see Hope's true face and choose to let go, or still blindly believe that everything was just an accident. 6. Hope for reconciliation or the beginning of a new series of conflicts. Does Hope regret? After the incident, Hope faced a fierce reaction from both Carter and those involved. Although she tried to explain, her excuses were unlikely to reach Carter's sympathy. If Hope truly regretted, she would have to face the court of conscience and the anger of those around her. If Hope continued to make excuses, she would only disappoint Carter further and possibly push him to turn his back on her forever. What will Carter decide? Once Carter feels that his emotional security and family values have been broken by Hope, he may choose to break up. Although love is strong, the loss of a child is a wound that is not easy to heal. On the contrary, if Carter still loves Hope too much, he may blindly seek a reason to forgive, thinking that it was just a momentary mistake on Hope's part. At that time, this relationship will continue to entail hidden risks and overlapping conflicts. Daphne's role: Daphne, after her terrible fall, certainly cannot sit back and let it go. She lost her unborn child, which meant losing all hope of a lasting bond with Carter. Daphne's resentment could lead to a series of revenge actions against Hope. Will Daphne accept Carter's entanglement with Hope, or will she expose the whole truth to demand justice? The audience can completely expect tense confrontations between the two women and a larger conflict to erupt. The character's turbulent future: the revealed details show that the bold and the beautiful is reaching a climax. Ridge, Brooke, Taylor. The emotional tug-of-war between the three promises to continue as Brooke has not given up on her ambition to reunite. Taylor refuses to compromise and Ridge is constantly wavering. The loss of their child will leave a wound that will never heal. No matter what Carter chooses, the trust and psychological barriers between him and Hope may not be easily erased. Can they overcome this devastating event, or is this the end for both of them? Each character is in a life-or-death situation, having to make quick but risky decisions. Internal conflicts, personal calculations, jealousy, and the desire to hold on to love will intertwine, pushing the film to its climax. Ready for the next shocks with all the fierce developments and no way back, choices above, the bold and the beautiful continues to affirm the appeal of a popular TV series. Fans will surely eagerly follow each episode to see, will Ridge officially side with Taylor, or will he eventually return to his lifelong lover, Brooke? Will Hope be able to lure Carter back with explanations, or even other tricks, after she herself caused the tragedy of losing her child? Will Carter lose his mind because of love, Or will he resolutely punish Hope, while also having to take care of Daphne, who has just gone through an incident? All these knots create a chaotic but dramatic picture. And don't forget, the core question is waiting to be answered. Will Carter be tolerant enough to forgive Hope after the shock of losing her child? Watch the latest episodes to find out who will move on, who will be left behind, and who will find true happiness in the war of love full of twists and turns. The Bold and the Beautiful will certainly not disappoint audiences with a series of consecutive climaxes, promising betrayals, jealousy, fighting, and even ultimate suffering.